Hey, today I'm gonna do a quick comparison between the AGM and the Sunny Health and Fitness under desk pedal and show you everything you need to know about them. So I'm gonna show you the similarities, the differences, and overall which one I prefer between these two. So first off, let's start with a couple things that are different. This AGM comes with a strap that you can put under your chair. You like connect it and you can tighten it right here, pulling it. And this is just to, you either put it to your chair or to your desk. So this is one of our desks right here. So it's just to help it keep it in place. And that's also what the mat underneath does. It's like a non-slip mat and it's supposed to help keep it in place so it doesn't move around a ton. And then this one, the Sunny Health, doesn't have any mat or any strap to connect it to, but this one is a lot heavier and a lot lower towards the ground, so it is more stable overall. Now let's actually go ahead and start testing them, and I'm gonna show you some of the features. So let's get our feet in to position. So I would say using your hands to help will definitely make a difference. But I have my shoes on as well. I'm actually gonna turn it a little bit like so. So you can see, I will say one of the things that I don't like about this is kind of the angle. So it's kind of more at a forward angle. So my feet are going like, instead of going just up and down like you would at like on this one that's higher up, it's kind of going more like forward, if that makes sense. So I kind of wish it was just up and down like the other one. But then you have the actual board right here, which it rotates through the different stats. So you have distance, the spins, which is just like each time you cycle through, time, and the calories. And then if you want to reset that, you can go ahead and hold down this button for 5 seconds. But it also just rotates through and it shows you which arrow it's pointing at. So the 85 that you saw on top before was the amount of spins. So let's see. I can get that back to showing, or so it's showing the speed as well. So it goes through all these different settings. Like I mentioned, you can reset that. Another thing is the tension for this, you can adjust. I have it on almost the max setting. Even when I had it on the max setting, it actually wasn't too hard. So I would recommend to keep it on a higher setting. Now, since I'm using these under my desk, it is something that I want to just casually be doing. So we have our desk here, and then my wife has her desk here as well. So sometimes we'll switch spots. This one has more space underneath, so they actually fit better. Whereas our desk over here has that bar in the way, so these can't really fit super well underneath it. So I have to have the chair out a little bit more. So that's something to keep in mind as well. Now let's go ahead and switch to the AGM. And this is also on a higher elevated chair. I'm a little bit higher up. And then I'm gonna go ahead, try to get my feet in here. One of the things I'll say with it is this one is way harder to get your feet in the pedals. It'll sometimes just spin. So let's see if I could do it. Okay, there we go. So first off the bat, this one is a lot more wobbly. And now something I will say about the straps as well is that they kind of stick out too much. So if you can hear when I'm spinning, it kind of gets caught on the side. So this strap, as it's spinning around, will get caught on the bar right here. So it'll make a little bit of a sound. So what I recommend actually is just not using the straps at all. And I will probably end up removing them just because I think it'd be a lot easier without the strap for the actual pedals. And this rotates through the same kind of things, the speed, the calories, the distance, all that stuff, but it actually just continues on. So whatever it says was where the amount of times that I've used it, and then I'll show you the reset. So you just hold it down and then it'll go ahead and reset. So just keep that in mind when you're using it, and it just cycles through the same different stats as well. But overall, this one being higher up doesn't fit as well under the desk as well, and it's a lot more wobbly. Now the actual assembly process for both of these is pretty simple. I'm just gonna go ahead and show you. You just basically need to attach the legs onto it. So I'm gonna go ahead and unstrap this just like so. So all you needed to do is bolt in or get these attached to the leg. So just 4 of them with the extra washers in between, and then the actual pedals were already, the strap was already on the pedal, but you need to also bolt on or attach the pedal to the actual bar right here. And something that I noticed is there's not an actual nut for the bar on here, and I think that would help it be more stable and just smooth for the actual cycles. And I'll show you what it actually looks like as well. So underneath here, pull this out. So this is what takes a AAA battery, and this is what it actually looks like. So this is what it's registering when you're spinning. So it has this like kind of conveyor belt, and that's what's rotating. So it's spinning and going through that way, and that's what it's registering. So then on the Sunny Health and Fitness, the assembly is a little more complicated because you have to assemble the legs, both of the legs, just like the other one, but then you also have to assemble the pedal, and this is what I was talking about for the other one. This one has a nut to make it a lot more stable, and you also have to put on the straps for this one, which is kind of a pain, and they end up looking like diagonal, as you can see, so it's not straight across, which kind of I've gotten used to, but it's also kind of easier for your shoe because you're not going to have your have to try to get your whole foot to fit in there. But overall, I'd say I'd have to choose the Sunny Health and Fitness as my preferred option over the AGM. AGM is still a good option. It just has a few things that I wish were better. Like I mentioned before, the pedal strap rubbing against the side as you're pedaling, and not having a nut, so it's a little bit more unstable. And this pad and the strap help a little bit, but overall still just not quite as steady and stable as I would like.